love the smell of sage, but also I'm going to use it to make our space sacred, to clear the energy, the cards, the singing bowl, and even myself, and you, the audience member. Welcome. I am doing a tarot in the garden today and going to look at what the collective needs to hear, what would be the best message that we could hear today. And I'm also just wanting to be in a sacred space, and I am glad you're here with me. Without much more ado, let's figure out what the cards and the universe want us to hear today. And again, thank you for being here with me. Let's ring our singing bowl. As I record this, I ask the universe for protection, for white light energy to enter this space as we do a reading, communicate with other dimensions. I have my crystals here, clear quartz and titanium quartz. It is early March 2026. And we're almost moving into spring. It's coming. I can feel it in the air, a time of rebirth. And even as we are experiencing a rebirth, I acknowledge that there is a lot going on. There's a lot going on astrologically, socially. There's a lot of change, different currents. And I'm reminded that we're meant to be in community with one another, that in community we can find support, and in that support we can find our light. And so that's where my perspective and mindset is as I begin shuffling the cards, and I ask the universe, what is it that our collective audience needs to hear? Those who are watching, what do they need to hear? Whether they watch this in early March 2026 or whether they watch this in the summer of 2026, in the winter of 2027, 2028, 2029 and beyond, whenever they may watch this, may the message that they need to hear find them. We're shuffling the cards and setting that intention that the message that needs to come through be exactly what we need to hear for our highest good today. Got the cards separated into 3 decks. And I choose the right deck. And now I've spread out the cards and I will draw 3. This may read as a mind, body, spirit, or past, present, future. I'll know once the cards make their appearance. And so for the first card, we have the first card. We have our second card. And our third card. So as I turn them over, give me a moment to discern the message. So we've got Justice as our first card. We have the Hermit as our second card. And we have the Ace of Cups as our third card. We have two cards, Justice and the Hermit, that are part of that major arcana, that are our bigger spiritual lessons. And we have Ace of Cups. It's part of the minor arcana, and that is more situational for us. My first thought as I look at these cards is that when change is happening, it also invites contemplation. I am feeling this to be a mind, body, spirit reading with some future here. But I look at the Justice card, and this card is one of vindication. And it seems around the world that there are many things that are happening that are definitely unsettling, but it also feels like that has happened, but it's causing the tide to turn and allowing humanity to take a step back and say, okay, now we need balance. Other things have happened. We need balance. We need this sense of vindication. And that would be more in mind and body. I'll come back to Justice in a second, but it also speaks to the Hermit in that we're coming out of winter, at least here in the Northern Hemisphere, and it is such a period of going within to reflect and contemplate and integrate what we have learned. And by doing so, it allows us to apply everything that we have learned and become up to now to new ideas, new situations, but also to cultivate our intuition, our love, our hearts. And that lends itself to the Ace of Cups. And so even as this reads as mind, body, spirit, it also reads as past, present, future. Because as we take action and we feel like we need to do something to help our fellow humans that are suffering, we also need to nourish our own inner life so that we can show up the best way we can for others, show up in community. But we can't be in community and we can't find that light until we find a little bit more inner balance for ourselves, a little bit more contemplation and integration of what we have learned so that we can show up for others as our best selves. And when that happens, we bring that Ace of Cups to the table where we can take that stored energy that we grew from the period of contemplation, the period of being deep in the forest, to use an analogy. And now we're coming out and we have really just built our knowledge, built our understanding, built compassion, and we've endured. And now we're ready to apply it in terms of creating new situations, and finding new opportunities for our creative juices, our tendency to want to fill our cup. So we can take what has happened in the past and apply it to the future and understand that with new beginnings and the Ace of Cups, it's really feeling like it's about new creativity, new tapping into intuition with new ideas. But also, the world needs more love. And the cups, the suit of cups, is the suit of love as well. It's not only creativity and intuition, but where it represents our sense of love. And even before I did this reading today, I was thinking, as a society in the US and the Western world, we've been very busy developing our solar plexus, our willpower, making things happen, moving mountains, literally. And sometimes we can be too open and have done too much. And it makes other things wobble, other chakras, other energies wobble. And so now we've done amazing things as a human race in the world, but we can't just plow forward without understanding our impact and what we're doing. And that's where we take a moment to pause. And we take a moment to say, how can we bring more love to the table? Now, this Justice card, I'm looking at it and thinking, vindication, balance. I'm not thinking that it is that we were vindicated, but that we need to create the scenario in which we can help each other to overcome the suffering. Okay, little moment of, I have a little screen here. As a filmographer, videographer, I'm always thinking about light, and I have a little screen and it nearly blew over in the wind. And there it goes again. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, let's see if that stays. So returning to justice, that vindication is the support that we find in community and finding our light. It's funny that I'm thinking about light. It's almost like that was meant to be right then, right? Shine the light on ourselves, find our inner light. The Hermit suggests that too with the lantern. But we need to find more balance too, and that's what Justice is saying here, is that there is unbalance. We need to return to understanding our impact on the earth, the environment, the people around us. Everything that we do impacts someone or something else. We cannot exist without having an impact on someone or something around us. The fact that I have these tools in front of me now, somebody, for this deck, it was Pamela Smith, Somebody created the artwork. Someone else printed it. Another person shipped it. Immediately, 3 lives were affected by me bringing these cards to my home. Someone collected the sage and bundled it. Someone in Tibet, because this is a Tibetan singing bowl, chiseled this bowl and banged it into existence so that its sound would be pure and its sound could be shared with others. Someone poured wax into this candle, and then it was sent to the store where I purchased it. Someone mined these crystals or found them and polished them, or at least made them so that they were like this. Me making a video is not just me, but it's you watching, impacting you. So you see, everything we do has an impact. And it's up to us to think about what that looks like in our immediate environment and beyond. And it invites the word community back. So after that moment of contemplation, where we come to the Hermit, we arrive at the new beginning of bringing it all together, of figuring out how to cultivate more love, of how to use creative thought and creative ideas to make our world a better place. How do we tap into our intuition to see what's beyond or what's beneath the surface, so that by paying attention to that, we see nuance and we tap into something that is greater than just us as humans in this body. And so with that, the message here is find balance, find your light, understand your impact, understand that just by existing, you make a difference in the world. Integrate those ideas and bring them together so that we can cultivate more love in the world, more creative thought, ideas, and move forward so that humanity can advance beyond what's happening now. Thank you for being here today.